How is everyone? It's been a while. Rob the Vapor here, and today we have another review. Hope you are all doing well. It is now December, Christmas is coming soon, bah humbug. But today we have another review. Sorry for a little bit of a delay. I've been a little bit lazy, to be honest with you. I have no good excuse. But today we are reviewing the Halo Reactor starter kit, to be precise. So we're going to talk a little bit about this. And we're going to show you guys how to use it and stuff if you're new to vaping or new to sub-ohming, which you might be if you are familiar with Halo products, if you're moving up, which I've had some comments from people who have moved up from the starter Halo kits, just the regular ones, to the sub-ohm. So sub-ohm basically means more vapor is the simplest way to basically describe it. You know, it's a bit, generally speaking, more airy, but more vapor. That's a real broad generalization, but it's the best way to simplify it. So the Reactor starter kit, let's get down to the details. $70 on the Halo website. In that starter kit, you get this unit, including the tank. You also get a spare coil head, and I believe you get a spare mouthpiece. You get your charger and, you know, your wire for your charger. You've got your plug and your wire. Again, I said this in the last video for the tracer, but I'm not sure what the usual protocol is for the EU Halo, but if you were selling to EU, we need the UK plug socket. So we got that out of the way. It's available in pink, black, silver and blue. Personally, I like the black. So if you guys are familiar with vape products, if you're a viewer of the channel, you'll probably be fairly familiar, but this is basically a rebranded iStick 50 watt as far as I know, which is a good thing. The iStick is fairly reliable. It has had issues in the past, but you know, I can't confirm or deny if this is essentially a rebranded iStick, and I'm not sure about the chip, so we'll just go with that. So the little write-up here is the Reactor box mod kit comes equipped with everything you need to break the clouds. Break into the clouds. The Reactor comes with a 4400 mAh battery that features adjustable wattage and voltage and an LED screen, as you guys seen. The tank holds 5 mils of e-liquid, and it houses a 0.5 ohm coil head, which are available on their website. I think it's about $12 for 5 coil heads, which isn't too bad. And yeah, blah blah blah. So if you're buying this and you're new to sub-ohming, make sure you get high VG e-liquid. For high VG e-liquids, Halo have a great range. Also, you can check any of the videos on my channel. Most of the e-liquid that I review is high VG, generally speaking, so you've got plenty of options there. But at $70, 50 watt box mod, sub-ohm tank, spare coil head, it's a pretty good deal. It's as good of a deal as you're going to get anywhere really for a sub-ohm starter kit. So I would recommend this. I think it's good. I've been using it for about a week. Before that, I'd given it to my mom. She's the noob vapor who I give this stuff to test, and she's really loved it. She really likes it, and she's had no issues with it. She's tried to have issues with it because she's just so clunky with technology, but so far it's been noob proof, which is always a plus. So yeah, let's take a little vape. I'll show you guys what this bad boy can put out. Right now we are at 30 watts and 0.5 ohms, obviously, because the coil head is 0.5. Let's take another breath. I'm out of breath from talking. So, pretty good. Okay, that's enough messing. Let's go down close. I'll give you guys a quick rundown of the unit, and then we'll come back up for the final verdict and talk a little bit more. Okay guys, and here is the unit up close. If you guys want to change your wattage or voltage, you just press either up or down, and it gets through it pretty quickly. And you can just bring it back down then. I like about 30 watts for 0.5 ohms. This device is fully compatible with all other tanks and stuff like that as well. Also, I should say it's a spring-loaded connector, which is nice, which means that, you know, it'll basically auto adjust. Some units have a screwdriver sort of thing that you have to screw and unscrew to different lengths based on the 510 on your tank, but with this you do not. It's all automatic, so happy days. So yeah, basically when you get your unit, it's going to be powered off, and to power it on, so now it's off, right? To power it on, you press the power button 5 times rapidly, and then it will come on like so, and it's charged pretty well the first time you get it. This is not on its first charge, but it takes 5 hours to charge it. So you're going to need to keep it plugged in for a while, about 5 hours, but it should last you days. The battery should last you days, so you don't really need to worry too much about battery life, especially if you're a new vapor, or if you're just switching over to sub-ohming. You're going to find like that you're not vaping as much as maybe you used to with a smaller device and maybe higher nicotine. I found that immediately. I found that I sub-ohmed a lot less than I did when I was vaping higher nicotine and like less vapor kind of thing. So yeah, but you'll find that out yourself. So if you want to lock the device, you press the up and down arrows simultaneously, and then it'll display lock. So you press that down, and basically what that means is that you can still vape, but it means that your resistance, or not your resistance, sorry, your wattage and your voltage is not going to change no matter what you do. So you're going to be stuck with that, which is good, because sometimes it can change in your pocket, and yeah, you don't want that. So at the back then we have the charge port, a little bit dark here guys because it's all black, but there's the charge port at the back. And yeah, it's a very solid feeling unit. It feels very robust. There's nothing rattly about it. The button is nice and tactile, feels good. So yeah, it's all well put together, which is what I like about it. You've got your Halo 50 watt logo on the back. And yeah, it's a nice unit. I like to hold it. I'm not really a fan of where the adjustment arrows are. I usually like them on the side of my device along with the screen, maybe on the side or on the bottom. But you know, this isn't bad either. It just takes some getting used to. I'm pretty much used to just the other way. So in terms of safety features, it has a 10-second auto shut off. That means if you are inhaling for over 10 seconds, which I'm not going to do now because I don't have much e-liquid in the tank, I might burn the cotton, but if it is in your pocket or if it gets held down inadvertently for over 10 seconds, it will shut off, which is handy. That basically means that you're not going to burn your house down, so that's good news. But as always guys, if you're vaping and you're taking your stuff out, I suggest turning it off before you put it in your pocket and getting into that habit early to avoid any potential accidents or anything like that. So yeah, that's about it for the device. It also has auto temperature sort of protection, which basically means that if the device gets too hot, the chip will detect that and it will stop working. It'll just shut down. So yeah, let's screw off the tank and I'll show you guys first the 510 on this. We're a little bit juicy around here, but there's the 510. It is spring loaded. And it's nice, it sits nice and flush, so happy days on that. And then here is the actual tank itself, branded by Halo. Pretty simple to change out the coils. You've got your glass drip tip, which is a bit gunky now because I've been just using it, and this is your airflow adjustment. So you just snap it like that and it feels great and it feels really snappy and well put together. So it is a really nice tank, I think. Don't you guys agree? It's a nice sub tank. I know the other sub tank looked sort of like the tank I can never remember the name of. Arctic. Kind of looked like the Arctic. This one, as far as I know, is a unique look. So to change the coils, I'll show you guys basically how to get in. You're wanting to unscrew it, grab it firmly at the base, and then unscrew. Get that out, and then you're left with this. This is your coil head, and to take that out, you're just wanting to grab the coil head itself, twist that out, and then pop a new one in. The reason I'm not doing that on video is because I don't know where the other coil head is, so I don't want to take it out right now because this one's still good. And basically how often you should do that is entirely up to you. You will notice a change in flavor and a change in how it performs, and that basically means you need to switch out the coil. So when you're filling the unit, you're wanting to put it down the sides up against the glass. Basically you see there's grooves there, and basically you're wanting to put it up against the glass, and you don't want to fill over the center ring in there, which is pretty self-explanatory. You guys will know it's not rocket science. It's pretty simple, which is the important thing. So yeah, that's about it for the unit, guys, as a whole. Let's take it up top and we'll talk a little bit more about it. We are back. So basically that you've seen the unit up close now, you've seen the tank. If you have any further questions, ask in the comments. Sometimes I'm a reviewer, sometimes I forget things, it's only natural. But if you have any questions that I did not answer for you guys, please let me know in the comments, and I'll verify or answer any questions that you may have. So, what do I think of this unit? Let's talk a little bit about it. Ultimately, I think Halo have done a fantastic job of putting out starter kits for sub-owners. I think there was a big hole in the market there. There was a few units. There was the Kanger Subox, the Ego 1, but all of those have their drawbacks. Subox, you have to buy your battery, you have to buy a charger, stuff like that. You don't really have to buy a charger, but you sort of do. It's just a safer option. And then with the Ego 1, that's not a bad unit either, so that's also an option. But I think the Halo Reactor is fantastic because when you buy the unit, you also get free e-liquid as well. So it's not just, you know, your tank, your mod, but you also get 30 mils of e-liquid as well of your choice. So it's a pretty good price for the entry sub-ohmer, and I wish that there was an option like that when I started sub-ohming, because I had to buy my bits from everywhere. So let's take a little vape here. So yeah, another great job by Halo at making a fantastic entry into the market for sub-ohmers. The unit is solid, the tank is great, the flavour in the tank is great, the vapour production in the tank is great. I've had no issues with the unit yet, whether it be in charging, whether it be in putting different tanks on it, anything like that. It's all worked really well. So I have absolutely nothing negative to really say. There's one thing about the button which I like, it's really tactile, but it has the same problem as the iStick in that you have to press it sort of dead on. Sometimes like it mightn't fire if you hit it at, say, the side, because it wraps around the unit. So yeah, but that's a very, very minor complaint. Everything else is good. Where the charging port is, maybe I would change that, but ultimately for a starter this is perfect. It's got everything you need out of the box. So if you're interested in sub-ohming, this is one of the more solid options, and you can get it from halosigs.com. So that's it. Next video we are going to do we actually got a weird product from a Chinese company, and it's new, and I've never heard of them before, so I'm kind of interested in trying it out. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and again, if you have any questions, please ask down below. I've been Rob the Vapor, haters catch the vapors, and I'll see you all later. Good night, God bless, I don't know what else.